Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Real Talk with me, Andyson Ogugua. It's a Thursday. Hey, we're doing this again. Well, first of all, I would like to thank the guys out there who have been viewing the vlog, who have been logging on to YouTube, who have been checking out the link and viewing the vlog and sharing it with their friends. Well, guys, please do it. Let's build a following on this vlog. Every Thursday, I do this and I come onto YouTube and I post a new vlog with a different topic. Please try and leave your comments. I want to hear your opinions. I want to get your feedbacks on how to improve the show, on how to improve the vlog, on how to maybe change one or two things that you do not like, that you want to see me talk about. Please leave your comments and do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you get an update whenever I post a new vlog. Well, today I'd like to talk about those brothers who like to use their women as punching bags, who like to use their women as tools for practicing their manhood, their masculinity. Well, I do not understand. Well, I'm someone who do not like to generalize a lot. Therefore, please bear with me. There are so many brothers out there who are very caring, who are very loving, who love their women, who love their girlfriends, who love their spouse, who take care of their women, who would not even lay a finger on their women in spite of whatever the situation is. But there are just that minute few who seem to have gone on another tip. In this 21st century, you still find some young men of this present generation who feel by physically abusing their women, they are trying to pass a message across. They are trying to tell the women that they are the man. But by doing that, they are trying to tell the women that, look, I'm more powerful than you. It is obvious that a man is physically stronger than a woman in more than 99% of the case. So do you really need to prove a point? Do you really need to prove to a woman that you love her by beating her up, by physically abusing her, or by physically molesting her, causing her to suffer grievous injuries, causing her to suffer broken bones, broken ribs, or a black eye, or a broken lip? By doing that, you think the woman will be subject to you? You think the woman would obey you by doing that? Well, brother, I tell you, you are very, very wrong. And I think it's a sign of weakness that brothers are beginning to do these things. We see in recent occurrence how guys are even gone to the extent of killing their wives. I mean, I do not understand. It beats my mind why a man would want to lay his fingers on a woman. Do you know how precious and how tender the body of a woman is? I really do not understand why guys do this kind of things. I understand that some guys, their parents beat their fathers beat their mothers and they pick up on all these things. But when you're an adult, you need to make your own decisions. For the fact that your father was an armed robber does not mean that when you grow up and you're choosing a career, you need to become an armed robber. It does not mean that because your father was beating your mother on a daily basis, then you must beat your girlfriend or you must beat your wife. What are you trying to prove? To prove that you're stronger, to prove that you're the man, that you know how to control your woman by beating her up? I do not understand. Do guys remember that it is also an offense for a man to physically abuse a woman, or for even a human being to physically abuse another human being, let alone the wife or the girlfriend? You know, even the Bible tells us that we should treat women as weaker vessels. You know, a lot of guys want to make that argument and try to justify why they would treat women differently. But the Bible also advises us to be very cautious and be very tender and be very tolerant with women. Yes, we do have those kind of women that can make you go off the world, that can make you prefer to sit on top of the roof than rather be in the same house with her. But it is better that you even do that than lay a finger on a woman who you claim you love. And you find those guys who even go to church and pray and ask God that their marriage should work and ask God that God should prosper and bless their marriage, whereas meanwhile, when they get home, they treat their wives badly, they are disrespectful to them, they beat them, they molest them physically, and you expect that your marriage would work, my brother, you're just playing games. You're just joking and you're just wasting your time. I tell you the truth. If a woman is my sister and I found out that the husband or the boyfriend is beating her up, man, I'm going to rush to that house, break that door down, and make sure I get my sister out of there. And now you find those ladies who, I don't know where they got this idea from, that, oh no, if he beats me, is a sign that he loves me. Who told you that the guy loves you by beating you up? Is it until you're drop dead, or is it until you're disabled, or have a broken bone, or have some part of your body that would not function anymore before you understand that you need to pack your load and get out of that house? In no way, like I always say, do I suggest separation, do I suggest divorce, but must a guy continue to beat his wife? And like I read recently that some guy said beating his wife is actually the will of God. In what Bible did he read that? Are men really these days serious? And it's strange that young men like myself who are beginning to do these things, I find this very disturbing trend in young men these days who want to physically abuse their wife. You forget that by the time you do these kind of things, you are actually breaking the law. And if that woman is bold enough and understands the law, she can actually go to the police and report you. And if she takes up the case seriously, you can actually find yourself in jail. I do not think that I'm going to allow a man beat up my sister to the point of death or near death, or whereby she finds herself in hospital and then I'm just going to smile at that guy. That guy has to go to prison. That guy has to pay for committing such barbaric act. Well, guys out there, please, I want us to change our minds. I want us to understand that when you are in a relationship with a woman, she's a different person from you. If you are not friends with that person, even friends fight. If you think you want to flex your muscle, why not go to the boxing gym and flex your muscle? Why not go out there and face your fellow guys and fight with them on the street? And then see if you can come out of that contest unscathed. Why do you have to test your muscle on a woman? Why do you have to test your boxing skill on a woman? I mean, for real? I do not understand. This irks my mind. I mean, it just is mind-blowing to think that men in this 21st century are still in the habit of beating up their women, when men are supposed to be lovers and providers for their families, for their spouses. They end up beating the woman and putting her in a very terrible state, causing injuries of all kinds. These days you find even some women who want to stay in a man's house while the man is beating her up. And you know, our parents always tells us that, oh no, you know, in our own days we stayed with the man. Even though he beats you, you must stay there. So must I die before I know that it is time for me to at least go somewhere and get some respite until the man comes back to his senses? And I tell you the truth, beating up a woman or physically abusing a woman is a sign of weakness on the guys. So guy, you are actually weak by beating up a woman. Please guys, let's be men of honor. You know, what I preach on this vlog is about being men of honor, being men that are responsible. And I always say it, the society becomes better if the men take up the right mantle of leadership. If the men do what they are supposed to do the right things, lead in the right direction. And if the men do what they are supposed to do, what God has called them to do, to be protectors of their family, to be providers of their family, to set the right tone for their family, how their family should work, how their family should be organized, get a proper set family unit. You know, you find those guys who are trying to divide their family, and the next thing, after beating up a woman, when she's fed up, it leads to divorce. Why do you want to put your children through that process of divorce? Why do you want your little kids or your grown-up kids to see you beating up their mother? I mean, my guy, it does not help. It does not make sense. The woman, even if both of you get into a battlefield, she cannot stand you. I mean, the strength of a man is much more than a woman. A woman who goes out there to hustle, to try and keep the family together. You even find some of these men, they are not working or they are not earning as much money as their wives, and they end up beating them because of jealousy or because the woman stayed out late. You hear all kinds of funny stories, and men having reasons why they should even lay their hands on their wives. Today, I'm really not happy with this growing and disturbing trend that I find in our society today. Guys, please, let's be men of honor. Let's stop the physical abuse on women and children. Enough is enough. She is not your punching bag. Please, let's stop this. Let's make the world a better place. Let's love on our wives. Let's love on our girlfriends. Let's love on our women. Let's protect them. They are God's precious gifts to us. And if we love and respect and tolerate them, I'm telling you, we're going to live happier lives because we need them. They are a support system. What would the world be without a woman? So guys out there, please, let's be men of honor and let's respect, let's love, let's tolerate, let's forgive our women rather than laying our hands or laying a finger on them. Well, this is where I come to the end of yet another exciting episode of Real Talk with me, Andyson Ogugua. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can follow me on Twitter at Andyson Smith, and on Instagram, I am Andyson. Well, until next time, till I come your way next time, let's stop the beating, let's stop the fighting, let's stop the hating. Love, peace, happiness. Bye for now.